Hey everybody. Hey, looks like we're connected again. Like I said, it's Friday, September 14th, 2018 at 10:45 a.m. I wasn't originally planning on streaming again until next week, but after watching Owen Benjamin's video this morning, I think I'm going to change the direction of this particular podcast a little bit. I was planning on not getting too horribly political on my streams, just because there's so many people out there doing politics and so few that actually do it well. But as we continue to watch Google and YouTube and other platforms out there just throttling any oppositional dissent or opinions, I think that this stream is almost has to, out of necessity, turn quite a bit more political, because as the voices are silenced, their power grows, our power recedes, and I'm not necessarily out there to grab power. I just want to make sure that we don't, as I can't remember if it was Stalin or Lenin said, peace is the elimination of opposition to socialism. I'm not going to be eliminated. Our voices can't be eliminated. We need to continue to stand for what we believe in. We need to continue to be a strong voice for ourselves and each other. We need to remember what this country was founded on, and the amendments that were attached to the Constitution, called the Bill of Rights. They are rights endowed by our Creator, and they can't be taken away from anyone else. And they're rights on the Constitution, because the Constitution is not a document of listing the things that we can do. It's a document restricting government from what they can do. Excuse me. And we have for far too long been lulled into this complacency that we are benefiting from all these government services, be they the welfare program, be they regulations on industry protecting us from unscrupulous people or entities or corporations, be they whatever particular department of government that you want to hold up and say, look, this is good for us, this is helping us. The power of government is so limited if we stand to it. But if we allow government to take power and sit back while corporations take power and do nothing to protect our own freedoms, they will be a thing of the past. They will disappear, and we will become slaves to either the government or a corporation or a group of corporations that do not have our best interests at heart. The government hasn't had our best interest at heart in a long time. They are power grabbers that are drunk with power and wealth and fame that holding a position of office brings, whether that be the power that a county clerk has or the power that the U.S. president has. There's always some amount of power that's gained. And I've heard a statement recently that Owen Benjamin said that is absolutely true in every sense of the word, and that's the line between good and evil runs through a man's heart. And the reason the Constitution is there is to protect us from the men in government who have chosen to step across that line. And whether you like it or not, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And not only in the government, but in companies like Google and Facebook and YouTube through Google, as we give them absolute power to decide what speech is okay to say and what speech isn't okay, and what people can be heard from and what people need to be silenced, as we grant that absolute power to anyone, it is going to absolutely corrupt them. And we need to stand together. Right now, with the division that's being preached in this country, us versus them, left versus right, good versus evil, it all breaks down to individual freedom. And the only way to hold individual freedom is to group together. I know it sounds funny, but to group together with other individuals who believe in their individual freedom. And we need to support people who are for individual freedom. Because without individual freedom, I can't talk to you right now. Without individual freedom, we can't choose the jobs we want to do. We can't choose the recreational toys that we want to buy. We can't choose where we want to go on vacation, because when communism takes over, whether it's through government or through corporate communism that we're witnessing today, it's got to end in starvation and genocide. It always does. The rising tide lifts all boats, but communism is the drain plug at the bottom of the tub. There is no rising tide with communism. Equality is achieved by bringing everyone to the bottom, except for a select few that are chosen to maintain power and wealth and prestige. And it's dark days are ahead. And it's going to be up to every one of us to stand. I will stand in front of the tank in Tiananmen Square. Will you? I will stand in front of the marching hordes of Hitler. Will you? I will stand in front of the Chinese army. I will stand in front of the social progressive onslaught that is occurring in this country. Will you? Our founding fathers, all the way through our fathers, have fought and bled and died for everything that we hold dear, for our right to be free people. It's a continual battle, and it's one that's being waged behind the scenes today in every facet of our lives. And if we do not choose to fight, then we are complicit in it. And from this point forward, I will openly stand and fight and sacrifice whatever is necessary so that me and my family and you and your family can be free people